All right, so we're gonna do a ankle mobility workout starting on our backs. Simply lay on your back and extend your legs all the way out. You can have the feet about hip width apart. Arms to the side, chin down, lengthen the back of the neck. Let's go ahead and get the knees off the ground just a couple inches. We're gonna flex with the ankles and extend. You can also call it flex and point. It's okay if your joints pop. Don't worry about that. Just focus on pointing the toes back towards the knees, pointing the toes forward away from the knees. Trying to get a sense of utilizing that front shin muscle, the anterior tibialis, as well as feeling the posterior tibialis beneath the calves as you're pointing. And trying to do the full range of motion, maybe even pausing in one of the positions, squeezing and then pausing on the other position, squeezing, and again, maybe one or two more times. Good, and then release the knees and shake that off. Okay, let's try the same thing, but we're gonna do it face down. So we're gonna have the toes slightly off. Now you can come into any position here that feels comfortable. So you could do forehead on the ground. If you're more comfortable in the Sphinx position, or maybe that's too much for the back, you can also work with tucking your tailbone. Any way that you're comfortable here. You could even turn your head to the side. Use your hands like a pillow. We're gonna do the same movement. Flex and extend. Flex and point. If you're feeling very ambitious, you could start to get into a back extension position as well and do them here. So really your choice to see how hard you want to work, but mostly we're still focusing on the ankles. And again, you could hold on either position, squeeze, all right, let's go on our backs again. We're gonna add gripping with the toes and spreading the toes. Even if it doesn't feel like much, kind of leaning onto what feels that's accessible. So when we flex, that's when we're gonna spread the toes. When we point, we're gonna grip. Start slow and gentle. If you feel some cramping, that's okay. Spreading the toes as you flex, gripping the toes like you're trying to hold on to a pencil with both feet, with both toes as you're pointing. And yeah, try to get as much sensation not only on your toes and your feet and your arches, but also on the lower leg sections, as if you were using your hands and fingers and you're feeling it on your forearms. Same idea. All right, release that, shake it off. Let's come up to standing. With the feet hip width. And we're gonna basically raise our heels. Very basic movement. Now make sure that when you're starting, you got your toes slightly in and your heels out. Simply lift the heels as high as you can. Maybe hold it up top. Even pressure big toe, little toe. And then slowly come down and bring the heel back down. Of course, we're trying to keep good posture here, long spine. Maybe you're tucking the tailbone. Maybe you're hinging back a little bit. Whatever you need to get in alignment. Heels come off the floor. If you can hold it, great. Try to move slowly on the way up, slowly on the way down. If If you feel like the weight's coming off the big toe, just simply press that big toe down. Most likely, it's going to be that big toe trying to pop off. Let's try 1 or 2 more times. Okay. And on the next movement, all we're going to do is move our ankles in and out. You could also think of rolling into the inner arch, rolling into the outer arch, rolling into the big toe side, rolling into the little toe side. And here we're basically just engaging the outer shin muscle as we lift the pinky side. So you could choose to do them fairly quickly, or you could choose to do them slow, squeeze, feel, release, other side. When we're lifting the pinky, we call that pronation. When we're lifting the big toe side, we call that supination. We want to make sure that we're feeling, when we're doing the pronation, the muscle that lifts that pinky side, because typically, and you'll notice this as we go into the lunge position, it's the big toe side that tends to pop off. So most people's ankles, feet tend to supinate. The ankle tends to push out. So we're going to work on stabilizing it inwards. So now go ahead and bring your right foot forward, left foot back, and get into the typical alignment where the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Stand up tall. If you need to bring this left foot a little closer to shorten the stand, that's okay. We're going to bring the heel down, bring the heel up. And the main focus here is, of course, both knees are unlocked, slightly bent. And we're keeping even pressure on the big toe side and the little toe side of the back foot, as well as the front foot. Just 1 or 2 more. And step forward. Switch sides again. Outer edge is parallel. Even pressure big to little. Knees straight, standing tall, just a tiny bend on the knees. If you need to, you can shorten your stance. Right heel's gonna touch and it's gonna lift up. We're not coming to the tippy toes, we're coming just to a full extension of the ankle. Even pressure. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And we're going to step forward. Okay. All right, let's do it just like we did before. Feet hip width, ankle rolling in, ankle rolling out. Try to avoid moving your knees. They're gonna move a little bit, but we're not moving from the knees, we're moving from the ankles. The knees are following. Couple more. And finally, we're going to simply transfer the weight to the left foot, lift the right foot off the ground. We're going to be balancing on this left foot here. Try to keep your hips straight, and let's simply flex and point with the right ankle. Spreading the toes as you flex, gripping as you point. If for whatever reason the balance is not going on today and you need to hold on to something, Make sure you're not just grabbing to it. Maybe just use your finger or your palm to slowly keep your check and your balance, but don't just simply hold on to it. Because here we're not only working on the right ankle, but we're also working on stabilizing through the left ankle. Okay, last repetition here. And we're gonna switch sides. So now take your time to find that balance on the right foot. Extend the left, flex, spread toes, point, grip. Keep gripping and spreading the toes. Yeah, and it might take a little bit of time to even get all the toes to fully grip, to get all the toes to fully spread. Maybe 1 or 2 more times. And simply place that foot down. All right, good work.